Well, aye folks, here we go again. Boozy Bill Hiccup,
Series Steve.
down at the old Buff Inn tonight, having something completely different, something brand new to us.
Yes.
Brand new, little, yeah, I would call it a gift. It was a gift from Cgars, if you haven't already noticed. Thank you very much. Everyone down there, all the staff, including Mitch, for this little odd ball. Got two of them here, as you can see. We're not quite, it probably won't come out perfectly, but we reckon that these are probably from the rollers that have recently been paying a visit to the UK. Have I just swapped them? Don't know. I don't think so.
Otherwise, he's kept them in his back pocket for a few days, well, moseying about in that car of his, because they look extremely rustic.
Very rustic, yeah.
And very moist.
And very smelly.
Well, that's maybe the case. He maybe has had them in his back pocket.
In the back pocket. Maybe he did some horse riding and stuff.
Something like that, yeah.
Been in the willy boots or in the bottom of the willy boots
like
for the last while.
Leather seats, you know.
God, it's all happening there. But we reckon, we don't know for sure because we haven't asked, or I haven't asked the question, but we reckon that these are handmade, hopefully Cuban blend. We don't know that either for sure either.
Certainly smell Cuban.
Yeah, we'll maybe be able to figure out more of that once we've actually lit the thing up. And this will be a little test to us to see, you know, can we tell maybe a Cuban cigar from a non-Cuban cigar? But let's just see what it does. But interesting, yeah, Bill, go ahead.
I'm just listening.
Things, just the...
I've had that. That's. We've had that smell in recent weeks already with something we've reviewed. Can't recall which cigar it was.
Maybe even the latest punched metal door.
Yeah, I actually think it smells like that.
Similar smell.
Yeah.
But although I said, funnily enough, horse riding boots, I'm getting more of that horse hairy kind of thing this time. More horse hair coming off it. But certainly rustic, spongy, extremely spongy. We'd imagine this is going to be made from, if we're right, fresh Cuban tobacco taken across. So the cigar's maybe only 2 to 3 weeks old, with fresh tobacco that might only be a month old.
No idea.
Whether it's rested or anything, we've no idea. We reckon as well this hasn't been box pressed or even just pressed at all. Just made. That's it. They've just been made.
Been rolled in somebody's. It's his thighs, but it's corduroys. I think's the word I'm looking for because it's so rustic. It's incredible, and I just love it like that.
Cracking.
Just love it like that.
Really
like it's been. Rather than being perfect, which is fantastic,
boring sometimes. It's
a
boring.
good rustic looking cigar. I just want to get into it.
Well,
it's got a sweet, juicy.
Oh gee whiz!
Leathery.
It's so wet. The cutter can hardly get through it. It's like cutting a piece of cake.
But it doesn't have. I'm not going to compare with the middle door again, but. Certainly the wrapper's a wee bit like that, but the filler, it's got a difference about it, completely from the Dior. So stop the comparison there.
Draw.
And let's just take it for what it is.
Absolutely amazing draw. I was expecting it to be tight. Well, not necessarily tight, but let's damp it. I've just cut it. Wait till you've cut it. Wait till you cut it.
Should I punch it?
I'm sure it'll punch. It's wet.
Is it?
It's wet.
It's a bit of nice one.
Oh, that's quite right. It's spicy. See what I'm saying? Amazing, isn't it?
I've got into the wee twist here. It's the wee twist.
Funny, just so dark. It's just fresh tobacco. Perfect draw though. Coffee. Peppery coffee. That's what I'm getting on there. Light peppery tingle on me. Amazed at the draw, which I'm happy with. I'm getting a great draw from it.
I'm just enjoying the smell.
I'm just going to get hammered into it.
It's just terrific. I'm going to be boring again. A nice tobacco smell. And what's tobacco smell like? Tobacco?
Tobacco, leaves.
Yeah, I know. I mean, what does I don't know. What does steak pie smell like? Steak pie doesn't smell like anything else. What does an orange smell like? An orange, it doesn't. You can't describe it.
No.
So it just smells like, yeah, it smells like tobacco.
Yeah. Well.
And then, apart from that, just a nice sweetness about it, as opposed to the city. I mean, you know,
You do have
various aromas that come from things, but it's just got a tobacco smell.
Have you tasted it yet?
Nope. Try to get as much out of the schnozzle as I possibly can. Oh, yeah, see what you mean. You got a breath of air.
Amazing.
Almost breathe through that.
Yeah. Underwater. Lying in his back. Breathing.
Stick it in the blowhole.
Exactly, we were talking about that the other week as well.
I know, but so far so good. Very, 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 very unusual. Anyway, are we going to have a wee pause while we...
I better take my first draw on
okay.
camera since I've gone this far.
You do
Since I've gone this far.
A nice grey blue smoke. That means anything.
Tons of smoke. Bags and bags and bags of smoke coming out of that. It was actually... I'm going to let you go live on air and take your first draw as well, because it will be interesting to these peeps.
Even burn right away. No
Aye.
problem there.
I'm not going to say much about it. See the amount of smoke I tell you what I have got is I'm drawing it through. The initial thing I get is a cool dampness somehow. It's like almost, this is dampness cool. It might be because of the fresh tobacco. Could very well be the reason behind it. I don't know. At the moment it's in the high medium to full bodied. High medium full bodied, probably full bodied actually, is going to kick in there. Little tingles are spicy and quite a big cigar to be starting with, but hey, we'll just have to crack on with it. Any initial thoughts, Bill, before we do take a wee pause?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Take some pausing.
Saying nothing. I'm going to take 5 minutes and come back here. That's what I'm going to do.
I'm enjoying this with a Wylam Red Kite at the moment, which is a ruby beer. A 4.5 ruby ale, as it says. Got these gifted to us as well from Mackham Keith down there in Sunderland. Thanks very much, Mackham.
It's looking good tonight, fellas.
We'll be right back in a moment. See you soon. Well, aye, folks. Back at the puff end. Are we?
Yeah.
Forgetting nowadays where we are. See,
Just
old man. Did it?
No, I'll take the opportunity then. Well, it just went out.
To speak?
Yeah. Yeah, it went out because it's so moist, you've got to keep at it. And you can get a slight head rush with it. And it's great. I like the rush. Anyway, enough of the rushing. It ain't Russian and we think it's Cuban. Most definitely Cuban. If it ain't Cuban, it's got its food, but we're not quite finished yet.
We're next on the chopping block.
It sure is. On the paleo block.
Paleo block. Paleo.
Yeah. I've got some notes because my memory ain't good, so I'm going to read my notes. Not necessarily in the right order as the joke goes, but they're all here. Vegas would be in a profile.
Oh, you said that.
The reason I'm saying that is because it's sweet in the arrival. This is probably the first few souks, puffs as it were. Very sweet in the arrival. Woody bark flavour about it. I've spoken about the cherry wood before, and I'm not in the habit of chewing bark, but it gives me that impression that it's sweet bark. It's nice, just woody. But it's got a green vegetalness about it, like spinach. which is slightly drying in the mouth along the way, but it ain't a dry cigar either.
Certainly not. Not mine,
Nope.
anyway. No.
No. In the first there, they got, as I was smoking out, the finish was tangy. But it wasn't like dry, was it? Tangy, how do you describe tangy? Is tangy slightly bitter, or is it spicy, or what is tangy? Not quite sure on that one, but anyway, in amongst that was a sweetness. I'm almost contradicting myself, of elderflowers. Is elderflower sweet and tangy? Don't know.
I don't know.
It's a tough call. Tough call.
Too.
Because the tanginess goes through into chocolate, but it's a strong chocolate. I was saying to Steve about the 69, 70, 72
Definitely get that.
chocolate, percent chocolate, which is dark and
A very good quality chocolate.
Very
Definitely
good
get that.
quality chocolate.
100% with you there. Not 100% chocolate, but 70% there.
I'm 100% in agreement.
I'm 100% in agreement with 70% chocolate. And if you've got your calculator out, then you can work it out yourself. Or if you've got a pencil, work it out with a pencil. It's that easy.
As the constipated mathematician did, you worked it out with a pencil.
Exactly.
Anyway, finish. It's a slight bit of finish compared to that again, because I'm changing the first third cigar is changed all the way down. Hence where this whole
Changing all the time.
description is a bit messed and mixed up, if you like. But I'm on to probably the start of the second third for me. And where it left off before it went out, I got leather. Nice leather and stewed tea.
Now there's a good description.
Stewed tea with a slight sweetness, like you put a half teaspoon in your cup of tea, half teaspoon of sugar in your tea, and it's stewed and it's cooled down, and that's just what I'm getting.
That's the best description that he's come up with in an extremely long time. I've been searching at the back of my head for something that it reminds me on, and you've just hit the nail on the top of my head. Stewed tea was the... I couldn't get it, because tonight we've just been keeping slight notes to ourselves and keeping thoughts and things in our heads. And as soon as you said that... As soon as you said that, brilliant, well done. That's what's been at the back of my mind. In my mind, strong stewed teas. Did you say that?
Yeah,
strong
stewed tea.
Stewed tea.
Because I was going to almost say lapsang, souchong is
Well,
too strong,
I'm not that clever.
but it ain't smoky, that's a thing. And so, some of the other teas that I'm not familiar with and that I've had in the past, I can't recall the name, but so I'll just sum it up as a stewed tea.
Good old fashioned tea that my father would have made from out of a packet, not out of a tea bag. He would have put it in a teapot and he would have put it on the side of the hob, and he would have let it bubble away there. And my father actually would have probably kept topping that up with warm water and just kept that kettle boiling, as they say up here in the northeast of Scotland. He would have kept that kettle boiling, and it would have bubbled and bubbled all morning, maybe all day maybe, and they would have just poured it out with the same thing.
Yeah.
And as it got weaker, they would have just even emptied it out and thrown it out. They would have actually just topped it up with more tea, more water, on the side of the big Aga country farmhouse that my folks used to live, my grandfolks used to live in, and that's what they would have done. Pop that away, and that's the best description. Doesn't matter what I've got written down here, would probably just be similar to Billy's, but that's it. But mine started off, I agree with Billy, I neck on the paleo cutter, it's Cuban, yet to be proved. When I was first few draws, it was almost as if the wetness was going into my mouth, leaving my mouth full of water. Hit the pepper, and then about half an inch in, it was like chili pepper. I got like chocolate chili pepper, because you do get such a thing as chili chocolate, you know, in the mix. If you've had that and tasted that, but as Billy said again, a good quality chocolate, and it just left you with this finish in your mouth. It was just like you could have just sat there and for minutes
Salivate.
Yeah.
Just salivate and enjoy the flavour. Honestly, it's as good as that.
For minutes it would have lasted, not just for seconds, it would have lasted for minutes. Still is, now I haven't had a puff for a wee while. Earthy, and fungal. That was the other things that I've got here. Strong, in my mind, this one is strong, full-bodied and strong. But the best description, well done, is strong stewed tea. And I'm about to enjoy strong stewed tea.
And we'll have a wee swap just to see if he's getting the same tea as me.
Stewed tea. Try that again.
She sells seashells on the seashore. I'm not getting said twice.
No. Seashells on the seashore. I'll take another drink, I'll come back here. Oh.
Say Sean Connery.
I'll do my Sean Connery, will I?
No.
No.
Please, no.
Seashells on the seashore. There you go. Cheers.
Cheers, Steve.
Back in a moment. Nearly broke his glass there.
No.
Take a break. Have a pause.
Boys.
A wee pause. Aye, folks. Carrying on here and moving into the halfway stage, I'd say, of this rustic, toothy. I'm glad to say it's toothy because I'm toothless at the moment. It's a long story, but a quick story is I lost a tooth last night. I sunk it into a piece of chicken. Nothing more exciting than a bit of chicken.
It's supposed to spit out the beak, Steve.
And unfortunately the tooth was left in the piece of chicken. Now, did the chicken run away with the tooth or did the tooth run away with the chicken? That's the question. But the dentist will be looking after me.
As long as you swallow it, you might have a look at it in the morning smiling up at you.
Through the sieve, find the tooth, just in case it was a gold one. No. Anyway, cigar moment. Toothy, fantastic cigar. This is going down really, really well. Sweetness.
I know, but it's bittersweet. It's bitter to start with, but not extremely bitter. Because what I was saying to Steve the other day, what I'm getting is you take a draw, a cigar, and roll it about in your mouth for a few seconds, blow the smoke out, and just wait. But 10-15 seconds later, after you get that initial bitterness, if you like, it just turns out to this sweet, salivating effect, because your mouth does, under your tongue, spit the saliva. It just seems to start flowing. And this,
well, you've got a bit of sugar in your mouth, that's what it does happen, isn't it?
Then smack your chops, and the flavour just there. It's just there, and it lingers and lingers and lingers. So it's got a long finish, and that's great in a cigar. Just love it.
Earthy, woody, sweet, classic flavour. I mean, if I got this in a cigar that I like, which, you know, like a regular production cigar, a Monte 2 or a Serie D4, I'd be really, really happy with it. There's lots of stuff, it's developed, it's a complex cigar. It's gone from the first definitely opening, you'd say the first half inch of it or something like that, has been like one style with a slightly bittersweet, bit harsh, full-bodied, not unpleasant, and then it moved into this sweetness thing, which has just kept going. And I dare say we've got half of the cigar left.
I know,
and it's just going to keep on going.
It took half an inch to 3 quarters an inch of the cigar to get into its own, and beyond that, it's just done it a delightful cigar. Not that it wasn't a delightful cigar before, but I couldn't make my mind up what I was getting. Then Steve said it struck us about an inch into the cigar or thereabouts.
The tea as well.
Just a tea thing.
The tea, sweet,
and it's still there.
Stewed tea.
And it's getting stronger. With the gas on under that teapot.
Gas is on under the stinky.
Bubbling away.
So
I know.
Good stuff going down so far. Very good stuff.
But well, I'm thinking, are we trying to be fooled here? Yeah. Is this an old cigar?
Aye.
Yes, Steve's mentioned that it's maybe been put through the ringer, as they say up here in Aberdeenshire.
Yeah.
It means it's probably took a few cigars. This is Mitch, of course, we're speaking about, trying to wind us up, but I doubt it. But anyway, just for a laugh, we're thinking maybe some classic cigars, aged stuff, give them a rinse under the tap, threw them out of the tumble dryer or the twin tub,
Yeah.
rumbled them about, as they say,
Rumbled them up.
rumbled them up,
Yep.
took them out and and sent them up to us guys to see what we think.
Jumped on him a couple
We
of
did that
times.
as well. Yeah.
And probably a vintage Serie D4 for 1984, and as Billy says, all that stuff. But all in all, wonderful cigar.
Besides the laugh we just had, it's just
Extremely fresh.
I reckon it's young, very young. I actually thought I saw some root growing in it.
Was that, yeah?
It's still growing, isn't it?
Still
Isn't
growing.
that chance? I know.
Recently plucked. Careful how you say that.
I'm not even attempt at this time,
We've moved on to Jerez with it as well. A nice cold sherry, Amontillado sherry.
Oh, that's not as well, but don't need it with a cigar, but it's
No.
enjoyable besides.
Yeah, I was going to do it with a port, but nice with a sherry, just a nice little sweet sherry. Works perfectly. I'm saying sweet sherry. It's actually a sweet dry sherry.
Yeah, it's medium to dry. Nice and cold, refreshing. And it probably lifts the cigar a wee bit. It needs it, as we said. It lifts the cigar a wee bit. And it intensifies the
Chocolatiness, the
the flavours.
sweetness. All in all, going well. Don't know how much further we'll get on the cigar because obviously with it being this freshly rolled, and it is so soft, and I'm just scared that it gets extremely hot or something happens in the next half hour.
With the sherry and the cigar mixed up, I'm getting the old hazelnut Cadbury's chocolate.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, that hazelnut chocolate.
Nice. We'll come back.
So
Once
what's it
again.
say at the moment? Thank you very much for
And
listening
then
so far.
10 or 15.
See you in 10 or whenever it takes us, we'll be back to you.
Or-
Well, aye, we're back on the tee. We're at the 19th hole because this is just like a big cup of sweet tea.
Yep. It's still got the green vegetable thing going on, sweet bark, wood. Yeah, right.
Rough bit. It's not rough.
Not rough. It is a bit bogey, by the way. Heavy. Because we've had to keep the thing going because being so moist, we've had to keep soaking to keep it lit.
Yeah.
So
Not
if
in a bad way either.
No,
in a
not
bad
at
way.
all, not at all. You can easily give it a break and I'll go and relight it again, it's not a problem. But to keep it going, you need to keep at it, and it is a heady cigar. But I love it.
It's about an hour and 5 minutes ish we've probably been smoking it, somewhere about there.
As quick as that, well, as long as that,
Yeah, I
as
would
quick
say
as long as
an hour
that.
and 5
Incredible.
ten.
Incredible. I thought it was quicker than that. But it's just been fantastic.
Yep.
Fantastic.
We think that it should, we reckon it's Robusto size, but slightly more, slightly larger, probably about the 50 girth, and we've named it a Robusto Generoso. There you go. That's our name for it, a Robusto Generoso. I know a girl, Jenna, down the road, and she wears a lot of red, so Generoso just sounded fabuloso. So there you go. I'm going to score this one as we are now, because, and you know this, it's in the 90s.
Not from the 90s.
It's not from the 90s. It might be from the
Maybe.
90s. We might be fooled yet.
Yeah. Look at the deal. Go closer. Have a look closer.
And you go.
Closer. Come on. Closer. I'm gonna do something with this cigar.
Ooh, what's he going to do with this
Come
cigar?
on, right now. More.
Ah, there's more.
Look at that.
There you go.
How soft that is.
Spongy.
It almost goes
Yep.
flat.
Yep, I agree. There's 90. Similar
How
lines.
spongy is that and soft?
Wonderful. Great smoke, Mitch. Appreciated. Thank you very much. Recommend these to anyone if they're still available. I'm not quite sure on the availability of them, to be honest with you, but if they are still available from Mitch, whatever they turn out to be, Mitch will tell us for sure. If they are the newly rolled, freshly rolled Cuban ones, then I would recommend it. Me, I'll score that easy 94 for something I don't even know what the heck it is. I'll score that 93, 94 quite happily, because it's a very smokable cigar. It doesn't matter how rustic it looks.
No, I like that.
Nothing to do
I
with
like
it
the
at
rustic
all.
look.
Very good.
Makes it look more appealing to me.
Thank you.
I'm going to score it a 92.
Okay.
Because I've got to be fair here.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is difficult to keep lit. And
Okay.
the burn is very uneven.
Okay.
But that's not a... If that's the only criticism I've got, then so what? But I've got to be honest. I've got to be honest. And that's the reason why I've knocked it down a wee bit.
Okay. No, I've nothing wrong with that. I mean, I could have, but I mean, I'm just enjoying it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I really am.
So I mean,
enjoying
I'm just going to get a fair review.
it. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm not.
Sorry, Mitch. But anyway,
I suppose.
yeah, I think we've just got to
I'll give mine a little relight again, and then
watch me.
relight it. It's not really neat. It's just a wee correction, which I don't have a problem with in a fresh cigar like that. Not a problem. It's not a big deal at any time, really, to be perfectly honest with you. It never bothers me. People talk about, oh, it's burning, well, just sort it out. Just give it a fire up, sort it yourself. It's a cigar, it's organic, you know, yeah, it's part of the fun.
It's orgasmic.
It's orgasmic.
Anyway, we're rabbiting on now, Steve.
Rabbit.
I'm not going to do that one again.
No. No. So it's root, toot, and a wee salute. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. AyeAyereviews on YouTube. You'll see it soon. And Twitter at Boozy Bill Hiccup.
Of course, of course.
Just as it comes. And at AyeAyereviews for me. Thank you very much, folks.
Thank you.
Catch you later.
Good night.
Bye.